BoxBox Hub is an absolute essential for any Formula One fan, and the entire app with new widgets, statistics, localized race schedules, and countdowns, you name it. They even have support for Apple's new live activities feature with real-time updates during a race right on the lock screen, and honestly, some of the best looking widgets I've seen.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Yes, I nailed it. Hello, everyone. And yes, the final race of the Season 10 Championship here in Gold. The Drivers' Championship has been wrapped up last week with, of course, Sam Swift Ninja becoming the 8th World Champion of ALR Formula One. Congratulations to Sam Swift. He was been pretty impressive since making his debut several races ago. So well done to Sam Swift. However, that is not all done and dusted, is it? Because the drivers, even though the Drivers' Championship may be wrapped up, there are still other things that need to be decided, of course, which is who is going to be runner-up then between Percy and Boxstar. I'm going to be honest, I don't think either of those drivers really care about that, because both of them are winners and probably want to be world champion. But hopefully they can be champion. Hopefully they can be come back stronger next season, of course. As we're just quickly getting the bits and pieces all sorted. I got Keza in in a fourth position with Toy Coin in fifth. A great battle for the for fourth and fifth position. Realistically, I don't think any of those two are going to be in the top three. Troy in sixth position with Cam in seventh, and eighth position is Immortal Horror Show, second half of the season for Immortal. Indigo, great results last couple of times, last couple of races. Then in ninth position, Peas down in 10th position. Gurman in 11th, very disappointing season for Gurman. 12th position is Nathan, a great win last time out for Nathan, his first race win of his career. Equals in 13th position, the second season syndrome for Equals, unfortunately, even though he's 52 points is pretty good. Goodness gracious me, because he's almost double in front of Brabbit, the silver champ from last season. And then, of course, we have got Mr. Rage Kaz, Legends now out of the relegation zone then, but Knowles has dropped into the relegation zone then with Gamer on 9 points, and of course Ultra, who left unceremoniously last week after I assume that had a bit of a paddy in qualifying and has left. In the Constructors' Championship, this is the business that we need to be focused on, is of course who is going to be the Constructors' Champion. Can Ferrari become the first, can Ferrari win their first Constructors' Championship at the top tier of ALR? That is the question which is on my mind, and that is going to be the question which was going to be on a lot of other drivers' minds as well, because just think, if they do it here in Imola, then Ferrari's homeland, then it would be a celebration of the utmost, wouldn't it? Alpine would love to stop them. Of course, Alpine have not won the Constructors' Championship since being in the guise of the Alpine team. Of course, they were the they did win the Constructors' Championship 3 times under Renault, but not as Alpine. McLaren in third position, of course, a 2-time Constructors' Championship as well for McLaren, but they are not going to be Constructors' Champions this year. Alfa Romeo are currently about 6 points in front of Red Bull, and then of course we've got Williams then a few points in front of Haas as well. Can Aston Martin get into the top? Can Aston Martin break into the 100-point mark? Alpha Tauri then with that win last time out then is almost guaranteed, well, has guaranteed them that they will not finish on the bottom then, which unfortunately means Mercedes with a horrific points tally of 45, and disappointing indeed. Joint Constructors looks like this, and McLaren, of course, won the Joint Constructors last time out, didn't they, in Brazil? Good stuff indeed there, and of course, I think that second and third can be decided as well here tonight. We got Haas in a 4th position, and Williams are in 5th, a few points away from the Haas team. Then we got Red Bull in 6th position, then 7th is the Alfa Romeo, 8th is Alfa Tauri, then the Aston Martin in 9th position, and 10th position on 158 points is the Mercedes team. I've done that in good timing, to be honest. Hello, everyone. Right then, we've got a couple of drivers out on circuit. As you can see, got Brooksy out there at the moment, and of course, tackling this famous circuit as of course, there's been a lot of tragedy. A lot of great races and a lot of tragedy around here, hasn't it, unfortunately, in Imola. So just watching Brooksy, who is on his outlap moment, as he is in the Williams team tonight. Then we've also got Toy Coin out there as well. Of course, this is the final race of the season, then, but let's just see if anyone is good to breaking a milestone today. Lucas Percy will start his 80th Grand Prix then. Brooksy, of course, the finish line's in a different place on the start line, so that's why the clock's already ticking for Brooksy. Brooksy has raced in this gold before. They're going as tackling the first chicane as well. Then Brooksy is of course going through Tamburello as well up to the Bionner chicane. And of course we had the actual the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix, didn't we, earlier on today, then, which was quite a I must admit, for the first 3 quarters of it, it was a bit of a damp squib. But the final couple of laps, so Lando Norris really put his toe down, didn't he? And really caused Max Verstappen all kinds of headaches then. Just watching Brooks then drop down then into and accelerate away. Of course, there's a lot more gravel in the real world of Formula 1 when we come here next season. Are we coming here next season is actually the question. Yes, we should be, of course, as the calendar is yet to be announced, but I have a feeling we will be in Imola, which, of course, it'd be a travesty if we're not. Who else has got a milestone planet? Equals is making his 70th Grand Prix start in gold tonight. Congratulations to Equals. Lovely stuff indeed. German, of course, out of qualifying. I think he's got a quali ban for being a naughty German. So Gerwin's going to be starting at the back of the ring as we got a 14-9 then to start us on our journey of this qualifying session. Toy Coin then, of course, been pretty impressive as this season in terms of pole position. He was pretty impressive in Formula 2 as well. So he calls 3 pole positions this season for Toy Coin, and this is 26 Grand Prix starts tonight for Toy Coin. And you can see a hop, skip, and a jump there. Fernando Alonso crashed there. Well, Perez crashed there, actually, didn't he? In FP3. Of course, Fernando Alonso crashed there back in his European minority days as well. As we're approaching the final couple of corners, and of course, there's 19 turns around this historic circuit then. This is the longest pit lane, I think, on the entire calendar, which means that pit stops would probably be at a premium then, so probably a one stop will have to go. Will have to be the way to go. I remember, and I think I also heard that this is both the second most toughest track to overtake on after Monaco, which I was quite surprised by, to be honest. But there's only really one DRS zone, isn't it? And of course, it is down. It is going down to the Tamburello chicane, and Troy are on board with it. But Troy now, then, of course, season 8 world champion. I think he is still second in the all-time like rankings in terms of stats and everything. Albeit, how do you kind of calculate that? Because of course, Granty a 2-time world champion along with Emerson, but of course Granty hasn't got as many wins as the Super Swede Troy. As he pounds up the hill as well. Then comes Troy then in the Ferrari. So Ferrari, it's a big day for the Ferrari team today. Of course, they can win the Constructors' Championship, which will be an incredible milestone. An incredible milestone, of course. It'll be superb stuff indeed. Also, a fast race, which I'm sure I've seen his name somewhere. He is the 80th Grand Prix start tonight for Farf. Troy is invalidated this time. He's gone out of bounds, unfortunately. So we've got to stick with Mr. Raging Bull as we catch up with him going into the Villeneuve chicane as well. Oh, Emilia. Oh no. I said it right earlier, Mushroom. I was very proud of myself. I've been practicing for the last 5 minutes. Just watching Mr. Rage then just dip down then on this lap at the moment. Of course, qualifying 1, 2, and 3, the usual shebang. Of course, and as he powering up the hill as well. Let me get the Constructors' Championship on the line. I know that a lot of you guys probably don't care about the Constructors' Championship, but I certainly. 45 points separates the constructors at the moment. Alpine basically needs a good score. There's a Ferrari just in front of us there. I did not see. I think that is Lucas Percy. And oh, goodness gracious me. Mr. Race has gone into the back of the Ferrari of Percy. And oh dear. And that is not ideal at all. I'm sure that Percy's going to have damage to the rear end as well. And my goodness gracious me. And was Mr. Rage not watching where he's going? Was Percy in the racing line? I think that Percy was on the racing line, to be honest. I feel that it's his prerogative to get out of the way. But unfortunately, Mr. Rage said, may have anticipated that the Ferrari might get out of the way, but Percy's invalidated this time. Unfortunately, though, that is not the case. And that was disappointing indeed then. ALR, guess who's back again then? Shady's back. Tell a friend. Knowlesy then. A hop, skip, and a jump, and yellow flag in Sector 2. It's Percy then just out of the way. Then we've also got one of the Williams is crawling as well. Serious Muscle Masters, Brabbit back then. Of course, Brabbit, who's raced, I think, in almost every single race this season. Hats off to Brabbit. Currently not set a time in that Papaya McLaren just yet. Knowlesy are on board with now DRS. Only one DRS zone around this circuit. Knowlesy goes full fastest there. Remember, of course, the Drivers' Championship was clinched last week, and this man, it was unfortunately overshadowed Nathan's first Grand Prix win. Hats off to Nathan. A great performance indeed. The Legend has gone full fastest. Legend, of course, getting a best result of his career, and he's now full fast as well for the Mercedes. Good stuff indeed there. Brabbit now just starting his lap, just starting something. Keza also at the top of the hill as well. Just waiting for the Andretti lecture to start again. I promised Mushroom I would not talk about Andretti for the rest of the stream, or the rest of the season, I should say, unless there's a big news story or something like that. Then Keza going second fast and 2/10 of a second away from Toy Cool. Percy. We've got boxed out then, just going over the brow of the hill as well. Brabbit is M&M, Sean. Oh. Oh, so not Slim Shady then, or is Slim Shady and Eminem the same person? Oh, Box Style invalidated his time there, unfortunately, and that's not ideal at all, is it? For Box Style, Sam Swift Ninja, of course, is going to try and do the last to first challenge, mainly because McLaren do have a chance of overtaking Alpine. They do have an outside chance of winning the Constructors' Championship as well. There's me saying in the intro that potentially they didn't have a chance. Well, if they get a 1-2, if McLaren get a 1-2 and Ferrari only scores 2 points, then yes. But then, yes, the McLaren can be Constructors' Champions there. But that's a very outside shot, especially with Sam Swift starting from the back of the field. Then Ferrari are on the verge of being crowned the first Ferrari champions of ALR Gold, then, which will be superlative stuff indeed. Across the line there comes Percy. Now Percy in a bit of controversy already after Mr. Rage went into the back of him, which was not ideal at all. Unfortunately, and that has taken Mr. Rage out of the qualifying session there, which is unfortunate indeed. But Percy currently second fastest runner. A whisker behind Toy Corn. Well, just under a tenth of a second. Equals there. And his 80th start tonight then, so a happy 80th there for Equals at car 52. As I said, second season syndrome for Equals. He had a great first season there where he won his first Grand Prix of his career in gold. But his second season hasn't had much to rhyme about as the Equals, and that's why I've called it second season syndrome. Just coming out of the Valoranti Alta. Oh gosh, this is a classic track. Those are into the two Ravazza said. This is a classic track. No corner numbers here. This is all about the corner names. As I thought Indigo was coming into the pits there, very much all over the green there, but Indigo going third fast. As I said, Indigo on a bit of a mission over the last couple of times, getting some decent points on the board for himself and the Haas team. Of course, maybe Haas might have an outside chance as well. And back on board as we catch up with Cam going into the Villeneuve chicane and then into Tosa before accelerates away, then going up the hill. Then, of course, Kimi Räikkönen had one of the most weirdest accidents you'll ever see in Formula 1, where his steering wheel disconnected and he just crashed into the wall there. Into Piratella then. Lovely something. By the way, I absolutely ruined these coordinates on there. Into Acro Minerali then, and now before he accelerated away then. Oh gosh, it's terrible, isn't it? We even had a Grand Prix earlier on there, and yes, I still get the pronunciations wrong. I know vaguely what the corners are called, but unfortunately, I'm very bad at pronouncing them. Unfortunately, Brabbit is Eminem from the film 8 Mile. Hurry up and get that pre-season pre-race poop in, Troy. Goodness gracious me. Unfortunately, I haven't had time to have that because I've literally just come back from my weekend away down toward here, which was very nice indeed. However, it was raining yesterday, which I thought it was meant to be the British Riviera or something like that. But yeah, very nice indeed. Then, of course, everything's celebrating, which is lovely stuff. However, unfortunately, I've got to say, there's a lot of sadness going around at the moment, and unfortunately, Emerson's granddad, who is a friend of the Emerson and Ayrton's granddad, of course, who's a friend of the channel as well, because when Emerson and Ayrton was driving, they used to listen. Emerson's granddad used to listen to us commentate as our box side goes 6 past. But unfortunately, Emerson and Ayrton's granddad passed away yesterday morning, which is absolute heartbreaking. Especially to me as well, and to me is absolutely devastating because when you like if you listen to me like with all this do all this drivel and stuff, like what I'm just talking about, absolute nonsense. But I absolutely appreciate each and every one of you. Like listening, and yeah, I must admit, with all the travelling, all the things I've done over the past couple of days, past couple of hours, it's kind of only like really sunk, sunk to me, and like sunk it to me. It's not right, but basically, I was absolutely devastated over the news, because yeah, I absolutely think it's a privilege that people like Emerson and Ayrton's granddad would take time out to listen to listen to me talk about cars going around in circles. As I think is mega 17. And yes, as I've said ever since comment there, I have no I've also got a real bad back as well. I literally got in from the travel about 5 to 7 or something like that. Of course, I didn't think I was going to make it because the last bus home was late, which is typical. So that was such a shame then. Yeah, Emerson then, of course, Ginger H the goat, maybe a bit hungover today. What have you fed him, Ayrton? Plenty of alcohol. Sorry to hear that, Emerson. Much love to your family. And of course, a lot of drivers are also wearing black helmets as well for Dr. Truepots, who took his life a few weeks ago, and all the drivers are paying homage to Dr. Truepots as well. I keep I still can't. I never spoke to Dr. Truepots. And I must, but just because you don't speak to someone like if you're in the ALR server, you're all kind of like yeah, because you're in the ALR server, you're important to me. I do moan a lot. Don't get me wrong. News I moaned about the other day. I can't remember. Probably Farf, to be fair. I always moan about Farf. But when you're in the ALR server, and when I've watched you, it's Equaz and Validator's time now, and I've watched you guys and girls race around. When you're in the LR server, when I'm commentating on you, you're very important. You're very important to me because, what you guys do on this game is absolutely sensational. I've tried doing this, but of course, unfortunately, the bronze admin, I don't know who it was at the time, but decided to sack me from driving, mainly because I almost destroyed my teammate Dylan, and it almost cost him the world championship. And I'm sure I did something very similar when I was driving again a couple of seasons later. But indeed, yeah, absolutely heartbreaking about Dr. Truepots. Far too young, 19 years old. I really wish that he could have opened up, but it's so difficult to do. I'm going to be honest. I've suffered with mental health. I'm going to be honest, and I've suffered with mental health, and it's not easy at all to open up to anyone. I hate exposing myself. I hate exposing myself. I hate talking about my feelings and stuff. I'm on here at the moment. I'm very happy to talk to everyone. I'm very happy to talk to everyone. About all kinds of stuff. And everyone's retiring for some reason. Is it starting to rain or something? We're on board with Farf at the moment, making his 80th Grand Prix start today. Sadly for Farf, when he does get promoted next season, he will not be. He is, I think, going to be like 3 Grand Prix short of making his 100 start in silver. Well, that's a shame, isn't it? But no, going back, and yeah, mental health is awful. Awful. It's awful to go through on your own, and I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken about Emerson and Ayrton's granddad. I'm heartbroken about Dr. Truepots as well. Sadly, I never spoke to either of them directly, but Dr. Truepots raced for ALR. Emerson and Ayrton's granddad listened to me talk absolute nonsense. So that means that you're important to me. Anyone who races, anyone who will commentate on, anyone who listens to me, you're very important to me. And yes, Mr. Rage was ghosted and had an X next to his name. So either him or myself was saying and didn't mean to get in his way. Percy was saying, and so Percy has. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. So, gosh, I'm feeling a bit brutal tonight, isn't it? Goodness gracious me. I didn't mean to say it like that. Gamers out of qualifying. Mr. Rage, Gerben, Sam Swift, and Farf all out of qualifying now. Farf a 10th for a second away from getting through there. Knowles has gone through at the expense of Farf. Mr. Rage has gone to the back of Percy, and it looks like there was an issue with maybe lag or something like that kind of thing. And apart from me, I bet it was me. Bet it was me. Wasn't moaning about Serious Mushroom. I told us Mushroom. I don't think I have ever moaned about you. Maybe once. I think it was because you had so many driving days. I was like, blimey, let someone else have a go. No, saying sorry for loss, Emerson. Much love to you and Ayrton, my love. And rain! Goodness gracious me! Yep, there's rain afoot that we were saying about how much rain there is going to be potentially in qualifying. In Brazil last week, wasn't there? And that could have been a curveball. And I think it did rain in Brazil last week. And in qualifying, now we've got more rain, and everyone's going to come out quite quickly. It's going to be a replay of silver from qualifying last week. Goodness gracious me, everyone! As they all stream out to the garage now. And yeah, this is going to be one lap one and done then here. Goodness gracious me. I know they're just crawling out of the pits now. And look, the raindrops are already quite heavy then. As we start to go into the Villeneuve chicane then. Nope, not the Villeneuve chicane, the Tamburello chicane. I'll get there eventually. The beauty about having quarter number names is because it shows how bad I am with pronunciation. Equals and can Equals get through that? Boxtel's the only driver. No, he's out now. Both Williams is dead. I wonder if I've got to get a bit of slipstream. However, around here, there's not ideal. I think you'd rather just not have the slipstream at all. Unless, of course, you're Max Verstappen and Nico Hulkenberg from yesterday. Very shrewd stuff indeed then. I love the fact how Max Verstappen was, I think he was streaming, wasn't he, like a 24-hour thing. And then, and then he won that. And then he's gone and won, the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix as well. Is everyone impressed of how well I'm saying that at the moment? I'm very chuffed with myself. I've been like practicing it all weekend, to be honest. I've been listening to Karun and Harry, of course, the new commentator for Formula 1 Sky Sport, which I must say I thought he was pretty good, to be honest. I must say I did quite like that. I would love to have. There's a lot of people who say that James Allen should have come back to the BoxBox. If anyone used to watch the ITV coverage, James Allen used to commentate between 2002 and 8. And I like James Allen. I think that James Allen was an underrated figure at the time. I must say, because he was trying to follow after Murray Walker, which I must say that no one could be as good as Murray Walker. No one. So the raindrops are now falling down now. But yeah, I do think that James Allen was underrated. So just watching Equals now then fly past me and coming into the Villeneuve chicane. And it could be, I'm going to be honest, I reckon it's going to be first man across the line, you know, here, as we come into Tosa now then. So currently it's the two Williamses then. There's going to be some tears, I think. Who's at the back of the field? Boxtel is at the back of the field. One of the McLarens is also near the back as well. It's Brabbitt. That is not ideal at all, is it? Unfortunately for those two drivers, for maybe the bottom for the 5 at the back is going to potentially be the drivers out of qualifying, and you can see that there is a massive queue, and I think Knowles is in that queue as well. Knowles is in the heart of that queue, because look at this, he's going to have so much understeer. Look at that Ferrari trying to overtake the Mercedes here, and there's a Percy fighting with the Mercedes, and they're trying to get through into qualifying. It's like a race here, isn't it? Goodness gracious me. And I think the Legends has been overtaken now. I think it's Legends, or is it Fessia? And now we've got something, and this Knowles is, goodness gracious me, Knowles getting his elbows out there and fighting, and unfortunately that's cost both drivers time here. Not ideal at all. Troy is also involved as well. Brooks is at the fast of the race there. Then it's Equal said, no, it's Nathan now. Then Cam has gone third fastest. Indigo's now fastest. We're on board the former champion. Percy then, DRS is still on the money then. Yes, as I said, it's going to be across the line then. And so far then we have got 9 cars at a set of time on board. We've still got, as the Mercedes is crawling. Whoa, my goodness me. Knowlesy's out of qualifying then. Knowlesy's, I'm not sure if he's gone into the wall, but not ideal then. And there's drivers that is invalidated. Who's out off the track? It's Legends. He's in 8th position at the moment. Legends is there, which is safe. But it depends on how much rain is falling. Vestier is invalidated again. Not ideal. Brabbitt can go again. Keza is invalidated again. That's not ideal either. Boxstar's also going as well, but the rain is just getting heavier and heavier now, isn't it? I am dribbling everywhere. That's not ideal. Boxstar currently coming into Tosa 24/7 for Boxstar as he accelerates away. There's raindrops now on the track, and that is not good either. Well, of course, because everyone is on the slick compound tyres. Got Brabbitt now, as you can see, a lot of raindrops on the monocoque, accelerating away, coming out of the Variante Alta, and now then as we come, oh gosh there, and look at that, the tippy toeing around now. I think we've got our top 10, and I think that it's going to be Brabbitt, Vester, Keza, and Boxstar, and Nosey out of qualifying. And I think that they'll be disappointed. Boxstar's going to be hugely disappointed by that. Keza is as well. There's two big names in there. And of course, Brabant, the former silver champion, also in the bottom 5 as well. Can he sneak through? No, he can't. It's too wet out there, isn't it? What about Boxtel? Can Boxtel? He goes 11th, but it's not enough still. The track is too wet. And Vesser and Keza have not set a time yet. I'm wondering if they might see if they can go quicker on the intermediate tyres to maybe get themselves up in position then. But they have to be out there quickly here. Oh, I've just found some Haribo I bought yesterday. Oh, fantastic. Unfortunately, it's very squished. Oh dear, that's not good at all, is it? By the way, this is a very quick plug. Whilst we're having a bit of a lull, tomorrow night it is a showdown for silver as well. 14 points separates Mans, 14 points separates Dilando. Who is going to be champion of season 7 of that silver? Who is going to be the 7th world champion of silver? Not world champion, champion of silver. Will it be Madge or will it be Dilando? My goodness gracious me, it's going to be 10th. Haas at the moment leading the Constructor Championship by 36 points then. Haas have been pretty impressive, haven't they, as a team in silver? And they, in the last couple, they start off well. They had a dip midway through the season, but then have really come good right at the end, haven't they? Look how wet that track is. I think that this is going to be set in now, isn't it? Oh, goodness gracious me. Rocket Lee, got to share, Sean. Yes, do you want the Coke bottles, Rocket Lee? I'm not a fan of the Coke bottles. I'm not sharing my bears, though. I love my bears. As Nolsey, what a yoke. I think that Nolsey is not happy as him and one of the Mercedes tripped over each other, I think. Now, it got very tense, didn't it, at the top chicane there at the Variante Alta, unfortunately. As now into the pits does come Boxtel. Boxtel has been leading the championship for about 70. I worked out, it's like 70% of the season, something like that, is around that mark. And unfortunately, what a shame there for Boxtel. Kez has admitted defeat and is now going to be 14. So it's Nolsey, and it is Nolsey, and 15, 14 position is Keza. Especially if he settled at the serious Russia. I think I probably did, to be fair, because it was in my. I'm quickly trying to unpack my bag because I'm sure I had a bottle of water somewhere and I can't find it. I don't really want warm water, but needs must at the moment, as I've now perched myself on my poop. I'm not standing up at the moment because I am absolutely knackered there. But Rocket League does like the Coke bottles, fantastic. Somebody we're going like 2 peas in the pod, Rocket League. I love it. Good stuff indeed. That Boxtel is in 11th position there. Where can Vestier go? So we're on board with Vestier now, staying on the soft tyres. Vestier is then, of course, in silver this season. Vestier has been in 10th position. Our hats off to Vestier as well, because I think he's the only one of the promoted bronze drivers that is stuck with it this season. So I tip my hat off to you, Vestier. And he also had a very good season in the 100% realistic performance as well. Of course, that championship was won by Gordo. Of course, remember that the awards and the season review, of course, will be, is it next week? Potentially next week. Goodness gracious me. Knowles has got some work to do, hasn't he? So have I, to be fair. But luckily, the only work I do is talk absolute jibber jabber for the 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how long or short those season reviews are. But yes, indeed. Then, of course, awards as well. The voting has been completed, and as Nathan's retired from the session, the vote has been completed there, and we now know the results. Then, but we're not going to show you them until next week. Then, so keep an eye on that one. That'll be very good stuff indeed. I know who's won. Do I? Yes, I do. But all congratulations to all the nominees, actually. Really good stuff indeed. It's very difficult to get nominated, isn't it? Especially if you're in bronze and you've got an admin like Farf. Goodness gracious me, he likes to correct the whip, doesn't he? So does Smithy, actually, to a certain degree. Goodness gracious me, Smithy was brutal with some of his nominations. I was like, blimey. Into the pits comes Vessia. This could be the end of qualifying now. We've got this is like Brazil again, Indigo is saying. Exactly, isn't it, Aaron? I'm sure it was like Brazil for silver as well. So we did mention that rain was going to be afoot in Emilia, like it was in Brazil, which could potentially dampen the spirits of the Alpine team trying to get the Constructors' Championship won for the first time since they've become the Alpine team after being a Renault. Farf always brings the weather. He does, and I think that's why it's so wet in Ipswich all the time, isn't it? Because that's where Farf is based, isn't it? Am I allowed to say where Farf lives? I'm in trouble now. Goodness gracious me. At least, whoa, is that immortal? Then goodness gracious me. I think that if he's, he may have to change his overalls after that. Then, as DRS has been disabled, then as oh my word, that is very treacherous out there now, isn't it? But this is crucial time now because Immortal is gaining some knowledge on this circuit then with the intermediate tires. Love you, Sean. Love you too, Indigo. Of course, thank you very much. Oh goodness me, Keza is asking people to retire. Goodness gracious me. So wow, it's getting very hot in the old gold chat, in the old gold paddock, isn't it? Like I said, evening Camero as well, and goodness gracious me, we've got a lot of donations coming. Thank you very much, Camero. Evening, Sean. Hello, racers. Good luck, Golden. Appreciate that, Camero. Absolutely love the donations coming in, and of course that will be going towards another pack of Haribo, wouldn't it? Of course, I joke. I'm not allowed anywhere near the money because Nosy knows that I'm a bit of a free spender. Anything that looks good, I'll spend it. To be fair, actually, I was trying to link up my TikTok account to ALR the other day, but then I realised I have to like spend it's like a $5 for the gold premium stuff, and I'm like, oh gosh, I can't do that. In the end, what that $5 go on? I don't know, to be honest. Probably something important now. Here's to an epic season finale. Thank you, drivers. Knowles there with some donation as well. And Equals there, not to be outdone there with a rocket, a fire, and a party emoji as well. All drivers, by the way, thank you very much to all drivers that has participated in gold this season. How many drivers has participated in gold this season? I hear you ask that. It is 26. No, it isn't. 26 reserves have drove in a gold this season. In total, 46 drivers have raced in gold this season, but I haven't added the ones that have raced here tonight, potentially as well. But yeah, 46 ain't too bad, actually, as the rain is still coming down at the moment, and it's pretty damp, miserable race so far. But of course, it does rain quite a lot here. Just remember last season in 2023, this race was postponed, wasn't it, unfortunately, due to the awful weather around here. And Man City won the Premier League, did they? Oh, fantastic! I mean, I really wanted Arsenal to win. I know that I'm not a fan of Man City, and they've won it. I think they're the first team to win it 4 seasons in a row. That's absolutely ridiculous. Hats off to them. I just don't like them. I think, to be honest, I don't like them. I don't like them because they got like these. They got this like 115 charges against them, which I don't understand why. Well, I do know. I kind of understand because, of course, it's a bit more trickier, isn't it, than the cases of Everton and Nottingham. Everton and Nottingham Forest. Goodness me. Yes, I've had a wild weekend. Goodness gracious me. Vintage, congratulations on the 10th season. Sean and Nosey, great job again by all the staff. Hope it's a classic to finish the season. Vintage with the £10. Thank you very much, Vintage. Of course, Vintage will be getting an extra bonus award as well for being an absolute legend there. Of course, in ALR, admins do not take bribes. However, I don't think I'm officially an admin, as I'm not allowed to do any stewarding or anything like that. But let's be honest, there's a good reason for that, because any bit of contact, I'll let it go. I'll be an old school steward, to be honest. Like, I wouldn't really penalise anyone, to be honest. It'd be like play on, like they do in football. Evening Rocket League saying evening to Vintage as well. But I gotta say, since we got these donations, I'm absolutely impressed, and I absolutely love you all. There's a lot of love. But there's nothing wrong with a bit of love and a bit of love in everyone's life, isn't it? I'm very tired, I am, but so I'm going to be talking absolute jibber jabber. But no, I absolutely love all the donations coming across. I can't believe, because when Knowlesy was doing the like bits and bobs, etc., all that, I must admit, I was a bit like, I don't think anyone would donate, to be honest, but my goodness me, I absolutely love the fact that you donate to us, and it shows that we do a pretty decent job in ALR. Well, I try to, but let's be honest about it. My pronunciation of things is absolutely appalling. Goodness me, I don't even know how I've passed English. To be honest, I think my oral test I failed anyway. There we go. And I'm sure I failed literature as well. I think I passed language potentially. As of course, we're just getting on to the end of qualified. 14 seconds to go in this qualified session. This qualified session was going, oh my word! And I thought Vessier was going to be in the wall there, but great car control there from the bronze veteran and the silver veteran as well. Now Vessier is hopefully Vessier will be tackling the his second season with silver next season as well. Of course, when Formula 24 comes along. I don't really know what to make of 24. I haven't ordered it yet, pre-ordered it yet, which is shocking. I might use Vintage's donation. Shocking. No, I would never do that. I apologise. I'm now going to get a warning from the admins as well to calm myself down. Good gracious me. No, I haven't pre-ordered it yet, but I will be pre-ordering it for my birthday. Which is on Tuesday as well. So hint, hint, nudge, nudge. If you want to send me gifts, and that's fantastic. So qualifying 2 is kind of ending on a damp note there. Knowlesy out of qualifying now after he got into a tangle, didn't he? The Variante Alta. We have got Keza, Vessier, Brabant, and Boxstar out of qualifying. Equals, Immortal, Legends, Toycoin, Percy, Cam, Brooksy, Nathan, Troy, and Indigo through into qualifying 3. Brooksy has got an important week this week as he is going for the bronze championship. I think that Brooksy's been a sleeping giant in the world of ALR, and I can't believe that it's only his first championship because Brooksy should have and could have, I feel, has had the talent to be champion for a number of. Oh my goodness me, that's a lot of rain. Some drivers are on wet tires, some drivers are on intermediate tires. Oh my god, the wet Pirelli tire is, I think, is not very good. So I'm wondering if drivers going on the internet. Yeah, you look at that. There's already like a lot of drivers have changed to intermediate tires already, haven't they? So this will potentially be the driest part of the qualifying session. Goodness gracious me, an unsafe release there for one of the Haas cars, and I think, I'm not even sure if that's PG. Goodness gracious me. Cam coming out of the pits now. We've got an AlphaTauri in front of us as well, but I think that's Nathan, of course, the newest Grand Prix winner in ALR. Great stuff indeed there. I don't know how many winners we've had in the top tier of ALR, which is shocking. I should have that on record, which will be on record next season, if I remember. So Nathan is the first driver out then, and it might be like qualifying 2 here, where it'd be first man across the line would get the better track conditions there. We potentially could get a surprise pole sitter for qualifying 3 here. Now this is going to set the grid there. In terms of pole positions then, this final race of the season, currently Percy and Boxstar have got 3 pole positions with Sam Swift Ninja on 4. If Percy gets pole position today, or if Percy gets pole position today, then the most poles of the season in gold will be a shared honour then. So I'm not sure if Sam Swift knew how many pole positions he had then, or we're going to get someone different. Of course, so we've had Troy who's up been on pole position once this season. We have also had Toy Coin being on pole position twice. We've had German on pole position, Indigo on pole position, Boxstar and Immortal also on pole position. We've got a lot of different pole sitters this season, haven't we? And just watching, coming down into the Bravats. Oh no! And I don't think Percy's going to be on pole position either, as there's been a severe collision there. And Percy is having an absolute horror show. And look, he's lost the nose cone here. This is crucial for Ferrari's chance of the Constructors' Championship there. And Percy, of course, unfortunately, it was a mess towards the end of the race last week, wasn't there, where Percy potentially lost the championship with that horrific stunt there. Down into turn 4 in the Brazilian Grand Prix. But Ferrari, I wish there was a quick pit stop option you could have had here, because Percy would have just got a new nose cone and got back out there, because time is of the essence here. And now is we got Nathan there just coming in out of toes there then, and now accelerating away. Look at that back end there, just wagging there for the AlphaTauri. This is the last race weekend that we're going to be referring to AlphaTauri as AlphaTauri before they become the RB team next season, or the Cash App RB, or whatever you want to call them, or the V Carb. But yeah, AlphaTauri will be no more after this weekend, and they'll be now RB. And it's the same with the Alfa Romeo team as well, which will convert back to Sauber, or Kick Sauber, or Steak Sauber, or whatever you want to call it. But we're just going to call them Sauber. So great to have the Sauber name back on in the next 2 seasons as well, and before they become the Audi team now. Which is a very good team. Look forward to that Audi team as well. But they got a lot of work, haven't they, to turn that team around. But I think Nico Hülkenberg, I'm really happy for Nico Hülkenberg, got a soft spot for the German. Across the line there comes Nathan, going fast on a 25.8, but of course he is the first driver to set a time. And there's Percy, the former champion. There's problems down at Ravazza's there, and Cam has had an issue, and Cam's coming to the pit lane. Indigo's gone second fastest, 10 seconds away, but I'm wondering if Indigo is also caught up in that as well, as he was just around that part of the circuit. Immortal's gone past that. Of course, Immortal's already been on pole position once this season, which was, I think, back in round 2 in Austria. Well, just as I say that, Troy on the intermediate tyres has gone 4/10 of a second quicker. Troy has also been on pole position as well back in Qatar a few races ago then. So intermediate tyres, maybe the quicker tyre here. Legends there also on the intermediate tyres as well. Where does Legends go? Legends goes full fast at the moment now. The only wet runner by the looks of things that have got those tyres up to the right window is Immortal. He is currently second fastest one, and Equals has got 4th. No, he's got 5th now, because Toy Corn is now in second position there, and less than a 10th of a second away from Troy at the moment. Goodness gracious me. Cash Racing at Balls V. Knowles here saying that's going to be a mouthful, isn't it? And soft tyres for Brooksy. Goodness gracious me, that's a brave man, isn't it? Brooks, I wonder if he's just tested all the elements there. Brooks is ready for his championship showdown in bronze coming up on Tuesday. I promised Mushroom I wouldn't say anything about you-know-who in the Andretti team, so I'm not going to. But I did have I was going to have a little dig, but I've decided I'm not going to, when Knowles put that comment in there, because, of course, teams have some funny names, don't they, really? But no, I promised Mushroom I'm not going into it, but let's just say that there's better names than Cash Racing at Balls. For some reason, I just read that as crap. Actually, that's a very good point. I think that's what it is. It does mean Rocky. I gotta say, Rocky, that's why you're paid the big bucks. Fantastic. You should be up here and not me. Goodness me. I didn't even spot that. That's fantastic. I love it. Right. I'm so immature. I love it. But then again, if Nosey meant it as well, then he's more immature than me because he started it. And Rocket Lee, who spotted it, is also immature as well. So maybe I'm actually just grown. We got Percy, who had an issue there, didn't he, and lost the nose cone earlier on in this qualifying session now. It's an end of school feeling, isn't it? This one is tonight. It's an end of school feeling tonight, isn't there? There's a lot of banter being thrown around and all that kind of stuff. But I think the banter's going to stop when we get racing, because the Ferrari team have got a job on their hands. And there you go! It's a 1-2 for Ferrari, and 0.6 of a second there. Percy wants to be the joint highest pole sitter, along with Sam Swift Ninja for this season, and that's a cracking time from Percy. My goodness me. And I think that I'm looking forward to next season there. Percy had a bit of a sluggish start, didn't he, to this season, potentially. If he didn't have that sluggish start, maybe this championship would have gone down to the wire, potentially. It's a crab V. What was he saying then? Only drive sideways. Goodness me. I reminds me of that game. I'm not sure. It's like a Call of Duty game, but with crabs. I'm not sure if that was a FIFA retrieval, to be fair. But I just remember seeing the advert about it, and I was like, I gotta get that game. I never did, shamefully. So we've got Immortal still the wet tyres out there at the moment. Everyone else is on the intermediate tyres, of course, the step between the slicks and the wets. And of course, Equals is going on soft tyres at the moment. Whoa, did you see that drift out from Cam? Fantastic, I love it. Brilliant stuff indeed. But Equals is now gone back to Inters, and I'm surprised that, oh dear, and Cam getting getting a bit of a swapper on there. Coming out of Acro Minerali, that was looking very precarious indeed. Coming out of the Variante Alta, and now dropping down into the two Ravazzas there. Of course, you heard Harry Benjamin and Karun Chandok say that if they was going to change a bit about this circuit, they would probably make this Ravazzas and more of a hairpin, because it is quite high speed. Look at that, we're on 90 miles an hour at the exit there. It's very difficult to overtake. Then Cam is in the pits lane, because he's had a very adventurous lap then, hasn't he, the Aston Martin driver. Everyone is now on intermediate tyres, because the rain has actually eased, and it because there's so much rain around here, the drainage around here is going to be pretty cool. Pretty good then. We're just watching Indigo then coming into the turn one here. Then, of course, the Tamburello. Of course, the chicanes were put in back in 95 after the horrific events of 30 years ago when Ayrton Senna and Roland Ratzenberger lost their lives at a horrific weekend. Started badly when Barrichello had a crash, which could have easily ended his life, and then Roland Ratzenberger in qualifying, and then of course Ayrton Senna in the race. Then difficult that was that weekend, wasn't it? But what it has done is the safety of the tracks and the guard really just it just improved tempo, didn't it? Of course, with a lot of tracks being modified that season as well. I think Spain got like a load. They got a load of temporary chicanes put in here, there, and everywhere, which didn't look nice. But they had to slow the cars down somehow, ready for the big rules of '95, where there was a lot more head protection and all that kind of stuff. But and of course, same with the Halo as well. Now the Halo has been brought in after that horrific incident with Jules Bianchi at the Japanese Grand Prix in 2014 there, and the Halo has saved at least, I can count, 10 drivers' lives, and probably that's quite a low number. Wow, as Indigo goes fastest there, 7/10 of a second improvement on the former champion Percy. He is still technically the champion, Percy, until the end of today, before that championship for the championship is officially goes to the McLaren team and to Sam Swift Ninja. Rocket always drives sideways. Anyways, hi guys, not a bad race either. If it was only one more lap, Lando could have had him. I won't tell anyone. Good luck, Gold, is what Rocket League said. To be honest, yeah, it was. I must say, I think that Max Verstappen drove really well on the weekend, because that Red Bull didn't look happy at all throughout most of that race there, and I think Max Verstappen. It was the Max Verstappen effect rather than the Red Bull effect, I felt. There's the yellow flags there. It's going into Acro Minerali there, but it's okay. I just feel that Verstappen drove his shoes off, drove his socks off in that race, in the racing qualifying. Was superb, wasn't he? Indeed. Shame about Oscar Piastri, because I think Oscar Piastri was pretty quick as well. Do you reckon he could have won the race? Potentially not, because I think Lando Norris always is quicker than Piastri on. So then coming out of Acro Minerali, as we got 52 seconds to go in this qualifying session. It was heavy rain at the beginning. Now it's stopped, and it's a bit of a lighter drizzle now. It's a light rain that gets you very wet, doesn't it? Of course, that horrible misty rain. Now, goodness gracious me, you get soaked after being out in 10 minutes. I think you get more soaked in that than you do with heavy rain. Now then, as we got Immortal there. Immortal's been on pole position once this season. Can he double his account then and make it twice then? Accelerated away, but you can see he was kind of caught on that curve there. But pole position there, a 32 flat then. Goodness gracious me, that is my dream there. It's a 32.000. Troy across the line. Troy second faster, 10th a second away. It's not enough. And what about the Williams then behind him? I think that was Brooksy starting their lap. And same with Equals as well. And Percy also starting his lap then. So yes, it's going to be Percy's last driver across the line. Legends there coming out of the final turn, and Legends has found 3 seconds there on his previous best set, and Legends goes full fast. That could be his best qualifying performance of his career. 2 seconds up in the second split time is Nathan, the newest Grand Prix winner in the Grand Prix winner in, of course, in the ALR Championship. Out of fun turn there for Nathan. Can he get it on pole position across the line? Nathan goes pole position there at 22.6. He's really starting to become a very quick and a very handy racing driver. Is Nathan? Well, he is already because he's won a Grand Prix. But magnificent stuff indeed. What about Cam? We've seen the Cam was very adventurous on the last couple of laps. He goes second fastest there. A whisker away, 100th of a second away there. What about Indigo? Indigo is very quick there. Of course, he set some very good first time. Second time, he's only third fastest there. What about Toy Coin? Toy Coin is becoming a... Oh, yes, there he is. 4/10 of a second there for a Toy Coin there. And for goodness gracious me, that's a mammoth gap then. Can anyone... Yes, Immortal's got pole position there. And my goodness gracious me, the times are tumbling like a fruit machine here. Troy then across the line. Troy goes third fastest there. Oh my golly gosh, and what about the two Williamses? And Brooksy across the line. Brooksy goes 8th fastest there. Equal's coming into the line as well. Can he get a 22? It's a 23. It's 7th position there. And Percy, as we heard the last one, across the line, at pole position. It's not. It's third fastest there for Percy. And my goodness me, it is Toy Coin on pole position and for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Well, fantastic stuff indeed there for Toy Coin. That's his 4th. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it isn't. It is Immortal's 5th pole position of his career. His 2nd pole position of the season as well. Shocking stuff indeed from me. And that is Immortal's 2nd pole position after his pole position back in the Austrian Grand Prix. Fantastic stuff indeed there for Immortal. And what a way to finish off the season there. It's been a pretty difficult second half of the season there for Immortal, which means that Alpine now have the most pole positions as a constructor. Fantastic stuff indeed. We'll be right back after these quick messages.
BoxBox Hub is an absolute essential for any Formula One fan, and the entire app with new widgets, statistics, localized race schedules, and countdowns, you name it. They even have support for Apple's new live activities feature with real-time updates during a race right on the lock screen, and honestly, some of the best looking widgets I've seen.
Oh my gosh, it is raining, it is pouring, the old man is snoring. It is, goodness gracious me. And I think that's full wet tyres, isn't it? I can't see any tyres there. And I got to say, those gentle people at the top of the pits are very brave. Only a few of them have umbrellas there. That gentleman there, goodness gracious me, and that marshal there as well. No, only a raincoat, no umbrella. Goodness gracious me. And I think those are intermediate tyres. They are intermediate tyres, Ed. But I got to say that is borderline. That is borderline, I think, intermediate tyres. So it's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very difficult. It's going to be a very difficult opening couple laps. And then how long is this rain going to be here for? Is it here for the foreseeable future? Is it going to dry off? Let's find out. Let's go through the grid, shall we then? And it is going to be Immortal, 2nd pole position of the season, is 5th of his career. 2nd is Toy Coin then. Toy Coin, of course, Toy Coin and Immortal are pretty handy on 1 lap pace there. 3rd position is Troy in the Ferrari. Remember, Ferrari are chasing the Constructors' Championship, but at the moment, as there's a hass off already of Indigo, goodness gracious me, it's only the formation lap there, of course. Remember, I think Alan Prost in was it Gerhard Berger or was it Nigel Mansell that spun in their Ferrari back in the formation lap when it was a heavy deluge in one of the earlier San Marino Grand Prix. Nathan in 4th position there. Can Nathan get a 2nd win in 2 weeks? Fantastic. Cam in 5th position there. A very slow formation lap from Cam here. Indigo is recovered back his position and is back up to 6th. Equals in 7th position. Percy qualified 3rd, but is down to 8th then because there's 5-place grid penalty there for Percy. Both, but at the moment there's only one Alpine in the top, but unfortunately he's in 1st. And unfortunately for Ferrari anyway. Of course, Ferrari would love to win it on their home country. Legends in 9th. 10th position is Brooksy with Boxtown in 11th. 12th is Brabbit. 13th is Vestia. Ketzer 14th. Knowlesy 15th. 16th is Far. Goodness, German's been disqualified and has vanished out of existence. We got Sam Swift in 17th. 18th is German there. He's parked on the grid. 19th is Mr. Rage and 20th is Gamer. 20 cars, 32 laps, and this is going to be an absolute barnstorming of a final race then. The final gold race of 2023 then. Let's make it a good one, chaps, and this could be a cracking Grand Prix indeed then. Oh gosh. Oh my word, I've got indigestion. That's not good, is it? And now doing accelerating away then, and of course I must say I think this rain is set fair as whoa, and Sam Swift doing some celebratory donuts. I don't think the guys at the front are going to be too happy with that, because that means that their tires are just getting cooler and cooler while Sam Swift is spinning himself around like Kylie Minogue at the back there. We got 32 laps in here, and the rain is coming down like raining cats and dogs then. Lights are going to come on one at a time. There they are then, and we got a rear shot here, which is great, but unfortunately I'd like to see the front then. Lights out, and here we go then for the final race of the season here in Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. I've said it wrong, but never mind. Indigo's already on position there. Let's go. Goodness me, there's cars off the circuit, and what has happened there? And Troy and Nathan have come to blows. There's all kinds of debris, and my goodness me, Nathan's got no front nose cone at all. Bogstow's in trouble, and it's a mess in the opening stages here, and Troy Brabham's out of the Grand Prix. Equals has got a 5-second penalty, and my goodness gracious me, it's an absolute mess then. It's a safety car straight away. Sam Swift is already up to 11th for this step, but the rain is coming down heavy, and I think that a 5-second penalty, there's a lot of penalties coming in here, and my goodness gracious me, I think that the intermediate tires are struggling, and there's drivers swapping positions, and they shouldn't be swapping because of course there's a safety car, which means this neutralizes the race here. I didn't really see what happened. I just seen Troy come off the go on. Someone went on the grass. I think Nathan went on the grass, and then Troy spun around. I didn't even see how Brabbit retired from the race. And similar to the F2 start yesterday, if anyone watched that, goodness gracious me. And they didn't even get to the first chicane, did they? Because they was tripping over each other before then. A Boxer right down to the back of the field then, and that's not an ideal start. Immortal leads, and second is Toy Corn. Indigo at 3 positions, Percy up 4, and as basically that deficit is that 5-place grip penalty. It's all it was. No problem now, is that? Troy's got a 3-second penalty for corner cut, and that's not ideal. We got Legends up 4, Brooksy up 4 as well. Kez is up 7. Goodness gracious me. Nathan down 8 positions, and Nathan's going to be coming in the pits, I'm sure of it, because of major damage there for the Alpha Tower. He's lost the whole of the wing now. Rocket Lee, wow, it was wow indeed, wasn't it? That's not ideal. Also in the pits, is that Equals? It is Equals in the pits as well. Careful for the speed limit there. And it's all fine and far up at 5 position as well. And that's not ideal. Oh, for Troy's got a 5-second penalty. It's not. I think that Troy has retired from the race then, and Troy's final race then, unfortunately for 2023, ends in retirement now. And I think that's Troy's 2nd or 3rd retirement of the season, and he doesn't get many retirements, does Troy? But out of the race, and 2 retirements then. Two former champions there. Brabbit, a silver champion, the current silver champion, out of the race then, and Troy, the season 8 champion, also out as well. Of course, the first champion of the ground effect era, but unfortunately, Troy out of the Grand Prix, not ideal either, as the second Alpha Tower has just been serviced. Boxstar also out of the pit lane as well. This is the longest pit lane, which I thought it was Silverstone, to be honest, but apparently this pit lane is longer, especially when you're on the limiter. On the limit, anyway, of course, the longest pit lane in terms of distance from beginning to end is, I think, Brazil. But it's a bit of a mess so far to start off this final race of the season, and I must say, I think a lot of drivers probably are going to be looking forward to uninstalling this game, and as I think there's a lot of drivers' final race as well of their Formula 1 23 campaign, and of course a lot of them will be moving on to 24, I believe. But yeah, it's a bit of a mess at the moment. And Bert Mylander out in the safety car, just watching Boxtel. Of course, Boxtel, the most the most successful driver in ALR without a championship there. He's finished second, he has finished third. Boxtel has, he's never won the championship, has it there in Boxtel. I thought this was his year because he started off so well, and just the amount of penalties, amount of podiums, and just keeping it clean and precise there for Boxtel, but it's gone downhill, hasn't it, unfortunately for Boxtel. And sadly, leading 70-odd percent in the championship, but it's the most important time to win it. Most important time to lead it is at the end, isn't it? Because Vettel only led the championship once, which is after the final race in Abu Dhabi in 2010, wasn't it? Of course, they went on to then dominate 2011, had a good championship battle in 2012, and then dominated again in 2013, didn't he? Sebastian Vettel did. Boxtel is still a bit far behind at the moment then. So biggest losers off the grid then, Troy out of the race then, and Nathan down 12 position, and also Brabbit down 8. Biggest gainers, Mr. Rage of Ball up 7, Sam Swift up 7, 7 for Keza as well. Brilliant stuff indeed. Oh gosh, there's Boxtel almost into the wall there. Everyone has served their penalties apart from Vessier, who has a 5-second penalty. So Vessier will be coming to the pits, and the car cannot be worked on for those 5 seconds. And then of course, then the car will be released. So at the moment, the Alpine team are sandwiching the whole grid, aren't they? Of course, also at the front, Boxtel at the back then. There's, goodness gracious me then. So the whole meet then is the other 16 drivers then. Safety car, hopefully it'll begin at the end of this lap then. Burnt Mylander, look at the puddles there. It is very difficult, this is. If you get off the racing line, if you get out of the groove, out of the tram tracks there, you could be off and into the wall quite quickly around here then. Of course, the safety car is in this lap then. Up until today, there's a 100% chance of a safety car since return to the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix in Emilia. But of course, there's no safety car today, was there, in the real world Formula 1, where we've had a safety car very much off the bat then. We haven't really had any race at all then after the first corner. Well, it wasn't even the first corner, first lap mess then, which we have lost 2 champions then out of the race already there. And Troy is, I don't think it's going to be a very happy chappy, which is unfortunate. So is Immortal gone? I think he's gone now. He has gone then, coming out the second Ravazza, and now pulling away then and out of the second Ravazza now, and let's get going then. So at this stage of proceedings, Immortal does seem to have good pace, but disappear in the race then. But let's see then. But as they come across the line then, no DRS then, because as the rain has started to ease off, I think here comes Toy Coin then on the outside then, going into turn 1 then, not quite then, as a bit of a nudge I think from the rear, and going through Tamburello, and Toy Coin's on the outside. A great manoeuvre there. Toy Coin takes the lead of the Grand Prix here in Imola. Fantastic there for Toy Coin. I bet he's used a lot. Gurman's out of the race. There's a huge smash there. Mr. Rage is around. Gurman out there, so goodness gracious me. And Gurman, another former champion, it's gone all wrong, hasn't it, here tonight? Gurman out of the race there. And that's unfortunate. Nathan's also dropped down the order as well, out of Toza here. And goodness gracious me then. So Brabbit, Troy, oh my gosh, and there's a safety car again then, as to clear up Gurman's issue there. And there's another safety car, so goodness me. Rain has really come down there and caused all kinds of anarchy. We've had no racing so far in this one. My goodness gracious me. Oh, well, action all the way, isn't it? So, look, that rain, it was coming down very heavy in the opening stage of this race, wasn't it? Especially on the starting grid. You've seen that rain was absolutely bucketing it down. And Mr. Raging Bull, unfortunately, going across the chicane now. He will not get a penalty for that then, because he slowed down enough then, albeit he wouldn't have gained much of an advantage anyway, but because he's got no wing on that Aston Martin there, as him and Gurman looks like they have come to blows out of Tamburello, unfortunately. So the rain is easing off then, but intermediate tyres are still the way to go. Whether the rain eases off completely for us to get onto slick tyres, it is, I don't think we're going to get that at the moment. And into the pits comes the former Grand Prix winner, Knowlesy then, and Knowlesy then is, I think it's going to the pits because he's got an issue, or is it going to the pits because he's changing tyres? Changing tyres, so Mr. H in the pits because he's got a damaged nose cone. Lovely change there for the Aston Martin team as they're back out now. But Mr. Rage said having a bit of a, I got to say, it's been a bit of a tough start here in this one, hasn't it? My goodness me. Raging Bull spun in front of me and I couldn't avoid him. Gurman, disappointing way to end Gurman's season there. But hopefully the Season 6 champion will bounce back in the next season there, of course, in F1 24. Which I'm sure a lot of drivers will be looking forward to be honest. I certainly am. I don't know what with this game. I've not really got on with it at all. I haven't actually played any in the career at all. I don't know what's wrong with this game. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just being an anti game driver, something like that. I don't know. Right then, so safety car's out again. Let's take stock then, because the safety car lights will not be going off this lap. I think that we're going to be having one more lap before it comes back in the pits then. But Toy Coin leads the race. Second position is Immortal with Indigo in third. Fourth position is Percy with fifth. Legends, great drive so far. Brooksy, even better drive in sixth position, fantastic. Seventh is Keza. Eighth is Vesher with a 5-second penalty. Ninth is Cam. 10th position is Sam Swift. Farf in 11th position. 12th is Gamer Equals in 13th with Nathan 14th. Boxstyle 15th. Nolsey and Mr. Rage 16th and 17th. They have come in the pits there. Brabbit. Guys, I got killed so quick, didn't even reach turn one. Brabbit, not a happy champion at all. There, I wouldn't be happy either, to be honest. There, if getting involved in an incident before turn one, and yes, it was very similar to the F2 race, wasn't it? There, the amount of incidents, the incidents we had there, was quite a humongous shunt there. With which Brabbit was the only casualty in that one, but then since then we've had a lot. Well, Troy I think was also the casualty as well, but got back to the pit lane before called it a day. And then Gurman had an issue with Mr. Rage, and Mr. Rage spun in front of him, in front of Gurman, and Gurman there just ploughed into the side of him now. So that could have been quite a nasty incident indeed. That. But Mr. Rage said carries on nonetheless, and 17 cars, so we've lost 3 drivers already. We've had 2 safety cars already in this one. Now, this is a tough circuit, this one. This is a hard one to finish the season off at. And normally we finish the season off under the lights in Abu Dhabi, but we've gone back to the retro days of 1997, haven't we? Of course, that was the last time, I think, the British season finished in Europe, wasn't it? Wasn't it the 97 season? Maybe. I think it was, wasn't it, when it was in Jerez. That incredible race in Jerez there, of course. Schumacher and Villeneuve came to blows in that incredible qualifying where 3 drivers set at the same time. Frentzen, Villeneuve and Michael Schumacher. And, of course, Damon Hill was only 4,000 of a second slower, of course, in that Arrows Yamaha before he jumped to the Jordan team. Saved cars in the end of this lap then. So hopefully we've got some more racing coming on in just a few moments. I think we've done about 3-4 turns so far of racing. So hopefully we'll get a bit further now. Look at that rain. It is almost stopping. And I think that if it stops now, we'll be on to slick tyres in no time at all. The best way to dry out a circuit is get Formula 1 drivers on the go. They got so much downforce, they would just hoover they would just spit the water back up into the sky, out of that diffuser. Right, and look how slow Toy Coin is going. So Immortal went at this stage here, just before the first of the 2. Oh gosh, never mind. In turn 18 and 19, goodness gracious me, sure. When are they going to go? When are they going to go? Toy Coin is actually staying at the Bravazza then, it's just not going yet then. And look, Immortal is very close then. And now as go now, yes, they've gone now then. Very bunched up at the back there. I think the Toy Coin is concerned that Immortal might do the same trick that he did to, that Toy Coin did to him a few moments ago. Vessier has got past Keza, and look at them and say, all slipstream down, it's turn 1, no DRS there yet, then maybe DRS later on, where if the climate conditions change and it allows it. But look at this, and Vessier then very having a bit of a difficult time coming out to the Indigo is now past Immortal and up into second position. And where are they? There they are. And Immortal's dropped down 2 positions. The Gamer's off the circuit, I think. Yes, he is. And there's no nose cone. Is that another nose cone loss there? No, listen, he's all right there, but that's damage there. Knowles, he's off the circuit as well then. Oh no, he isn't. There is Mr. Rage having a look at Knowles and Knowles is slamming the door shut that on the toes there. Oh my goodness gracious me then. Back here then, and it's Cam, who's all over the gearbox of Keza here. Keza in 8th position there, and we got Nathan getting past Farf up into, wow, great maneuver there. And Nathan now into 11th position there. Won the Alpha Romeo is crawling. That's Keza. Keza's off, and I'm not sure if Keza's off or got damage there. Look at this as they go over the chicane. Goodness gracious me. Brooks has got a 3-second penalty. That's not ideal. Brooksy and Vessia, 2 super subs tonight, both have got penalties already then. Oh my word then. And goodness gracious me, Boxtown's got past Farf as well. Farf is dropping down like a stone here at the moment. And Boxtown now can do 13th position now, trying to recover. Remember, the Constructors' Championship is still very much up for grabs. So no DRS in this one. So you're going to have to use your battery power and, of course, a bit of old school slipstream now. Sam Swift has got no problem though. As he look at that, he's passed down. Cam moved himself on 8th position already then. Keza has dropped down another position, and Keza's having a nightmare final race. And then Toy Coin at the moment is going to clinch that 4th position in the Drivers' Championship, which I don't think is it's probably more about pride than anything else then. And now Nathan's through, passes another car, and that's Cam who's dropped down to 10th position. And Nathan up to 9th and driving superbly well since getting his first Grand Prix win. Can he get his second here tonight? Whoa, and that Alpine now of Boxstar almost losing the car, and that wouldn't have been ideal at all. And now look, Cam's off. Cam's dropping down the order as well now, because look, he's lost 2 positions to Keza and to Equals. Equals into 11th position, and Keza into 10th. Oh my goodness me, there's a lot of action right from the get-go here. And wow, I'm absolutely it's insane here, isn't it? On board Knowlesy down in 15th position there. Both AlphaTauris, well, one AlphaTauris in the top 10 now. I was going to say both AlphaTauris was not scoring points, but they are now. I tell a lie. Toy Coin and Indigo are dropping everyone else at the moment. And can one of the 2 drivers that get their first wins of the season then? Of course, I don't think Toy Coin has actually won a Grand Prix yet, as Vestia passes Brooksy. Sam Swift has also passed Brooksy as well. Sam Swift, the new world champion of ALR, the 8th world champion now, clinched it last week in Brazil then in a very tense showdown. Percy's now been in 3rd position at the moment. Fryer are clinching the Constructors' Championship for the first time in their career. And now we have also got Brooksy on the outside, but Vestia's on the inside. Vestia there is going to have to admit defeat there. He does a great maneuver from Brooksy through on the outside of Tamburello. I absolutely applaud that. That's fantastic. Nathan's now on the gearbox of Vestia as well. But I don't think... Oh, contact! I don't think the Vestia is finished though with Brooksy just yet. Sam Swift is on a mission now, 8/10 a second in front. Up the inside, there goes Nathan there through Tosa. Great maneuver. And over to 8th position now goes the AlphaTauri Jar. Look at that queue of cars there. However, the queue of cars behind Cam is is getting pretty lengthy as well. Farf is dropped behind Knowles in the battle for 14th and 15th. So the 2, oh dear, I've only got 5% battery. That's not ideal. Hang on a minute. Oh gosh, I'm getting too old for this, I must say. Oh dear, I don't think I'm going to be able to. Oh no. Right, well, I may not be able to read your comments out then. Or I'll try and read your comments out, but yeah, this is not going to be ideal. Yellow flag. Whilst I've been sorting my life out, unfortunately, Vestia is off the circuit. And it's dropped down to last, and Perseus at the fast side race, he's flying out there and getting past some water now, and there he is then. So I think that these two are Toy Coin and Indigo is going to have to really get a move on, isn't they? Oh, I could use my PlayStation to charge my phone. Goodness gracious me. Absolutely fantastic. Oh gosh, then. If I had a brain, I'd be dangerous. Into the pits comes Keza. Keza's in the pits, and he dropped right down to the back of the field, as did Vestia as well. Toy Coin half a second up on Indigo. But look, Percy is the driver on the move now, isn't he? He's pushing. Knowlesy all over the back of Cam here. Keza's out of the race there, and that's 4 retirements there in the opening 10 laps here. Rain has almost stopped. I think the rain stopped, you know. So the rain has stopped, and now this is where it's going to get very interesting. The DRS can be enabled now, and if of course, then if the stewards deem it, of course. Echo, down with Miss Dunis. Welcome, hello, Echo. Then I hope you're having a lovely day or a lovely Sunday indeed. Then. I'm not, I must admit, I'm a little hungover, to be fair. We got Mr. Rage now through and in 30th position, passes Farf. Who is that? Goodness gracious me. Cam well off the circuit there. My word, he must have completely misjudged that because, yeah, nowhere near the apex of the corner there. 16 cars remain, and it's going to be a high attrition rate Grand Prix. I think this one is out of the two Ravazzas then for Cam. Knowlesy now into 11th position. Now this is going to get very interesting then, as Equals has passed Brooks. I think that Brooksy was just letting his teammate go then. His team leader, of course, is Brooksy's a super sub tonight then. But I think he's trying to get some intel for the Grand Prix in bronze coming up on Tuesday, where the championship will be the championship showdown between Jay Higgs and Brooksy will come to a head. The same with the championship showdown between Delando and Madge. Of course, 14 points separates the two protagonists in silver. Cannot wait for that one. That's tomorrow night, of course. However, tonight then, the Constructors' Championship is still on the line now between Alpine and Ferrari. Ferrari got a 35-ish gap over the points then. Over Alpine, I believe. So that's what. So Ferrari are almost home and dry then, or not literally though, because it's absolutely saturated out there. We've had a very wet qual. We had a dry qualifying before it transitioned into rain. We've had a wet start to this race then, which might transition into a dry race then. But it depends on how quickly the track dries then. I don't think it's going to take too long at all, because this track has already transformed very quickly in the last lap or two. Been pretty impressive indeed then. Out of the second Ravazza then. And now Indigo, if he had DRS on, which he doesn't yet then, but that DRS could be enabled in the next lap or two, and that is really going to be a problem then for Toy Coin. Percy is also in the vicinity as well. He's gained another 3/10 of a second over the top two here. So Percy is now also involved in this battle for the final race win of the season here in Emilia. Fantastic. And we got Sam Swift trying to get past Legends, but Legends have another great drive again from Legends. He's really coming to his own in the last couple of races or so. Well, the last few races actually, hasn't he? Legend has really started to show some metal, hasn't he? Fantastic. And then we got Nathan, and then we got Nathan in 7th position, 8th is Equals, 9th is Brooksy, Boxstyle in 10th, and Knowlesy, followed by Cam, followed by Mr. Rage, Farf, Vestier, Gamers in the pits, and intermediate tyres goes on, and I think that must have been damaged there for the Red Bull car, but Gamer having a nightmare race, unfortunately. Back at the front, this is where our, I think this is where our attention is going to be for now. Echo is thinking about coming out of retirement now. Of course, last time we've seen Echo, I think it was a season or two ago in Silver there, so we good to see Echo back in the paddock there, just watching Percy, and oh goodness me, taking a lot of curb there. I think that Indigo knows that it's mission critical now, because he is quicker than Toy Coin. I think if Indigo can get past Toy Coin, I think that Indigo is going to disappear up the road. The second Ravazza now. Is anyone going to dive into the pits? Not yet then. I think it's still a bit too wet out there. Look at the Mortal actually. Mortal's only 2.5 seconds back as well. Still quite close actually, isn't it? The top three. The top three is very close actually. And then the 4th position of Mortal and Legends in 5th position. And Farf's got a 3-second penalty for cutting the corner. Naughty Farf. Knowlesy's got a 5-second penalty for speeding the pit lane. That's even worse there. Boxstyle, Knowlesy and Cam and Farf are all in the pit lane. What are they doing then? And this medium tyres here for Boxstyle. Anyone whatever tyres are good on Vestius has got a 5-second penalty as well for coming into the pits. Mediums for Cam, soft for Farf, hards for Knowlesy. Goodness gracious me, then there's completely different different approaches in this Grand Prix. We'll take a look though to see how difficult the track conditions are going to be out there. I think it's too early. Maybe not. DRS has been enabled then, so it just shows how much I know. Look at the spray though, coming off the back of the diffuser. And DRS has been enabled. That is not ideal for Toy Coin. And I think Toy Coin is going to be having a sinking feeling now. On board Boxstyle. He looks like he's got enough grip, doesn't he, in that Alpine machine. 20 seconds behind Mr. Rage and Bull, and my word! And look at this, and now is look, Indigo's like, we're going to wait for the DRS, and he's going to go on the outside. What a manoeuvre! Can he do it? He's hanging on. What a manoeuvre there for Indigo! Fantastic! But they're coming in the pit side by side. My goodness gracious me! And that was a very ballsy manoeuvre there from Indigo. Goodness gracious me. And I can't believe they actually went side by side through the two of that. It's fantastic. And almost coming into the pits as well. In medium tyres then for Toy Coin. Is that going to get into the end of the race then? Indigo also on the medium tyres as well. Sam Swift has gone soft. We have got Mr. Rage staying out there. So the top four have not pitted then. And so that is interesting. Who's the highest driver to pit to come on the dry tyres? It is actually Toy Coin then. So the earlier pit stoppers are nowhere in sight. My word then. So yeah, nowhere in sight at all. Legends in 7th position. Sam Swift is now 8th. 9th is Equals. 10th is Brooksy. Boxtail, Knowlesy, Cam, and And look at that, then his box out flies past, and Equals down into 10th position. Then we've got Nolsey, Brooksy, then we got Farf, then we got Vessia, then we got Gamer. Yeah, I think these drivers in the front have waited too long. There's a Red Bull in front of us, and a Gamer who's now on the hard tyres. Gamer has pitted. Percy, Immortal, Nathan, and Mr. Raging Bull has not pitted yet. So they will have to go into the pits momentarily. And the question is, though, is about tyre life. And the track is going to be green now, isn't it? Which means they will have they won't have as much grip then. And the Pirelli rubber is going to have to be laid down once again. Percy, Mortal, I think that we're going to see Mr. Nathan JB in the pits. And I think we're going to see Mr. Raging Bull in the pits as well. Indigo, once again, is so quick, isn't he? Very quick as well, coming out of Acro Minerale, not out of Acro Minerale, the Variante Alta, and he's now all over the gearbox, but Mr. Raging Bull this time has got DRS then, and it could be a matter of time. Then look at that, then so much more speed for Indigo, and takes the lead of the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix, and good stuff indeed there for Indigo. Takes the lead. It has been a long time coming. Now he can now start to pull away. Percy in third. Sam Swift has got past Immortal and Legend said third, fourth, fifth, and sixth here. Legend, Nathan in seventh position. Boxed out Equals, followed by Cam. Then we've got Nolsey just right behind him. Farf has got out in front of Brooksy. Oh no, that's an overtake actually. Now we've got Gamer and Vestia, and I feel that those two will be hoping for some kind of safety car to get them back in this one, because they're kind of in no driver's land. Go to the top. This is on this Grand Prix, so we've had a wet start to the race, and now it's transitioning into dry. Then the Constructors' Championship is still going the way of Ferrari. Yeah, it's still going the way of Ferrari. So for the first time in a Gold history, we're going to have a Scuderia Ferrari Constructors Champions. Fantastic indeed. Of course, the Drivers' Championship was won last week there. Tomorrow night and Tuesday, the Bronze and the Silver Championships will have to be determined. Then it's going down to the final race of the season. The Gold Championship has only had two times there where it's gone down to the final race of the season. I think maybe even one actually. Indigo says fast on racing is absolutely flying out there. Indigo is it? Well, Sam Swift says fast as well, but Sam Swift I'm sure is going to have to come into the pits. Medium tyres, I don't know. They're going to be second hand then, and the hard tyres, I don't think they'll need to come in then. So Percy has the upper hand there, but of course he's got to see if he can get these hard tyres to work and make it to the end of the Grand Prix. Legends got past Immortal, now in fifth position. Immortal dropping down to sixth now. Remember, this man was on pole position, was Immortal, but unfortunately race trim there. He's struggling at the moment. Alpine's constructors' hopes are faded. It was slim hopes anyway, the best of it, but unfortunately for them, then Ferrari are in the box seats, and of course both Ferraris are in the box seats, but unfortunately Troy is out of the Grand Prix. At least the two Alpines are still in the race, and which makes the championship still about winnable then. But of course, if one of those cars retired, it's all over. Albeit it's kind of over anyway, because they're 6th and 8th at the moment, aren't they? In this one, then I'm also then going through the Variante Alta, which I don't think is right. I'm getting the corners mixed up. Cam's got a 3-second penalty. Cam, Nolsey, Farf, Brooksy, and Vessia have all got penalties, and we've got a bit of sunshine breaking through these dark clouds here in Emilia. Fantastic. So as Gamer's got a 3-second penalty as well, unfortunately. As now we've got Toy Coin now all over the back of Indigo. We've got Immortal going back past Legends out and Moon himself back up into 6th position. He has now, then, goodness me, then, and I've got to say, I thought that he was taking a very long time then. Cam getting through past Equals and moving himself into top position there very easily past as well. I wonder if Cam's got a bit more top-end speed there. And now, he might be, if that is the case, then I think that the Aston Martin might start to fly here, because if Cam's on the drier setup, I don't think we have a dries and wet setup as per se these days. But of course, it will help if the track is dry, if you've got a dry setup on, of course. Gamer having a nightmare race, unfortunately, and it's not been an end of season happy report, unfortunately, for Gamer's point of view. 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. I haven't, and out of the race there goes Gamer. 5 retirements there on lap 17, and it's been a brutal race so far. So two safety cars and a humongous shunt in turn 1 then, which took out Brabant and Troy. Knocked a lot of drivers on, put a lot of drivers on the back foot. Then the spin from Mr. Rage took out Gurman, and then Keza, 700 Keza, and of course Gamer there also involved in a lot of shenanigans as well, which has meant he's out of the race as well. A lot of penalties out there at the moment, as just watching Brooks then, who is following Favre. That Red Bull in the background is out of the race then, so we're just going to keep it on this Red Bull of Toy Coin, who is now starting to really put the pressure on Indigo. The top two then in this race then are now 3 seconds away from Percy, but Percy has actually oh, this is the Red Bull off the circuit. But Percy has gained, I think, a second since we last looked at it, because I'm sure it's up to 3.94 seconds. Now it's down to 3 seconds. Equals, who is putting a lot of pressure on Novelty. All these hard runners are expected to go to the end of the race. Mediums, I think, is going to be touch and go, but I think they can make it, to be honest. But the soft tyres of Favre and Sam Swift, I think, is a no-no. And I'm wondering if they might go for another. It depends on how far these soft tyres go and how hard they push them. Because if they fall apart, then there's no point having another set of soft tyres and doing an extra 2 stops then. So I'm wondering though, if Sam Swift can get these tyres another 5,000-6,000 might put on another set of soft tyres to the end. Of course, they got a lot of soft tyres available after it was raining in qualifying and raining at the early stage of this race as well. So they saved a lot of tyres, haven't they? So potentially we're going to have a lot of new tyres. Look at Percy though. He is gaining. Keeping a watching brief then on these two at the moment. Battling for the lead then. Toy Coin having a look then. But that straight, believe it or not, is not long enough there. From the Ravazza down to Tamburello there. But Toy Coin there is not pushing too hard at this moment, I don't think. I think he's just sat back and just waiting for his moment potentially. And I think Indigo is also doing the same there, where they're doing a lot of harvesting, both drivers are, before they really start to get into attack mode. Remember, we've seen a lot of this from Bronze, haven't we? A lot of tactics going on in Bronze from Brooksy, from Jay Higgs, and from Kiki. It was very much a strategical race. Bronze has been this season. It's been incredible, hasn't it? Favre has got another pounds there. Favre has there, and those soft tyres there for Favre. I wonder if he hasn't treated them with tender loving care, which meant that they're now kind of thrown a wobbly on Favre, and the balance might be out as well, unfortunately. Knowlesy now putting pressure on Cam here. Knowlesy then, look at the sparks that come from the Aston Martin now. So Knowles has got penalty, as has Cam as well. We'll take a look at penalties in just a jiffy. Look at Equals in the background. No penalties at all for Equals. So he'll be up to 8th position. He's in a de facto 8th position at the moment. Let's take stock. We're on lap 19. We're on lap 20 of this race. Favre has got another penalty. Indigo leads this race then with Toy Coin in 2nd position. Here comes Toy Coin. Is he still too far back? I think he is there to have a go. He needs to be a bit closer. We got Percy in 3rd position, and the gap has come down by now a 10th of a second between Percy and the top two. There's Percy in the background. Sam Swift, the world champion, and of course crowned the world champion in Brazil last week. He was in 4th position on soft tyres. He might be doing a double stop, because there is no way those softs are going to get to the end from here. I've been wrong before. Malto, though, is putting pressure on Sam Swift in 5th position. It's the battle for 4th and 5th. Legends doing a great job in 6th position. Nathan, last week's race winner, 7th. Boxtel, former championship leader in 8th position there. Look at that. And Sam Swift letting a Malto go there. Interesting stuff. And then we got Boxtel in 8th. Cam in 9th position. Knowles in 10th. 11th is Equals, 12th is Brooksy, Favre, Mr. Rage, and Vessier completes the top 15 then. Soft tyres there for Sam Swift, who has just let Immortal through them. So that's talent sign to me. I think that he'll be coming in the pits. Sam Swift will be coming into the pits momentarily. Favre, who's all over the gearbox of Mr. Rage, but cannot get past him. Knowles has got another penalty out there. Those penalties are really racking up for the bottom half of the field. At the moment now. So hard tyres for Knowlesy, Equals, Brooksy and Vessier. I don't think they're stopping again. The medium tyres may have to stop again. Mr. Rage then, but as that Toy Coin has taken the lead then down in someone, that lead change has been coming. He's just been a bit too far back. However, tonight, on that lap, then it was fine. Bruce has got a 3-second penalty. Percy's found another 6/10 of a second out of the top two here, and Percy is coming. There he is in the background. Goodness gracious me! You've got to say, cue Jules music. I think. Goodness me! Nathan is through, passes Legends, and whoa, Legends almost having a bit of a sport girl there and almost losing the car. Knowles then into the Villeneuve chicane and all over the back of Cam at the moment. Cam is on the medium tyres. He he did have the tire advantage, but I wonder if now those tires are starting to have some issues there, because both Equals and Knowlesy is pulling pressure on Cam, and those penalties there. Knowlesy is going to have to get a move on here if he wants to nullify those penalties, of course, because at this moment now be added on to the end of his race time, which I'm sure is 6 seconds. And if that is the case, if that's applied now, he will drop down behind Equals. Cam's got a 3-second penalty as well for his troubles. Like, goodness gracious me, there's a lot of penalties at the moment, isn't there? Which by same drivers as well. That's going to get very frustrating for those drivers. I think at the end of this race, here's Indigo then, and Toy Coin took the lead on the last lap. Then now it's going to be shoes on the other foot here. Here comes Indigo. Through he goes up into first position and takes the lead of the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Into the pits comes Sam Swift Ninja on soft tires. Medium tires for Sam Swift. I thought he would have gone soft again. He only done 7 laps, so I think it would have been a stretch there. But Sam Swift down 11 position, currently not able. He's not in the point scoring position at the moment, but that will change. I am sure of it. Another penalty for Knowlesy. That's very unusual. Knowles is usually clean and crisp, but not tonight. But he has got past Cam nonetheless then. So I think that Knowlesy, he's gone wide though, Knowlesy. I said that car is not looking too happy. That Cam's back on the outside. Knowlesy's going to try and keep on the inside. There's going to be contact. There's slight contact. But Cam has got himself back through. And then Qualls is now also having a look as well in this battle. But this is not good at all, unfortunately, for Knowlesy, because he's got 11 seconds of penalties, Knowlesy. I said that's very unusual to see the veteran there having so many penalties. Legend's got a penalty as well. That's not good. 6 seconds for Cam, 9 for Brooksy, 9 for Favre, 8 for Vessia. And the lead has been swapped again as Toy Coin is back into the lead. But now it's freeze a crowd, as they say. But Percy is not having any of that, because look, he's really pushing on now, is Percy. The top 5 have not got any penalties. Nathan's did a good job, I must say. Knowlesy back in past and got back past Cam and moved himself back into 8th position. And look at the downforce that Cam lost behind the rear posterior of Knowlesy. Goodness gracious me, the car was very unsettled, wasn't it, for Knowlesy? But sorry, not for Knowlesy, for Cam. But Knowlesy just kept on the straight and narrow. I think the top 3 is what we're going to be looking at now. There they are, accelerating now out of Acqua Minerale and up the hill. Then kind of into the Variante. And this is Percy looking very happy indeed then. So no one is now on the soft tires. Sam Swift and Favre both going mediums now to the end of the Grand Prix. The question I've got is, can the medium tires, which are being ran there since that safety, since the weather transition to dries, so the medium tires of Toy Coin, Indigo, Immortal, Nathan, Legends, Boxtel, and Mr. Rage, and of course I'm sure and Cam as well. They've all come onto the medium tires. They've done 9-10 laps there, as of course this time Toy Coin is not letting Indigo go. But of course those tires are trying to get to the end there, and potentially they will. But I've got to say they might be second hand by that time. Knowlesy and Cam are going to swap position again. Here comes Cam. Great battle in between these two. Equals is just waiting in the wings then, isn't it? Waiting for a mistake. Sam Swift gets the pass up the race. As long as you finish, you get a point for fast up. So it doesn't matter where you finish, as long as you finish, as long as you cross the line. And of course, not a bit like very old school Formula E when they first got going. Of course, they got fast up then, as long as they finished the race, I believe. It didn't matter where they finished, as long as they finished the race then. Which did produce some fast core racing towards the end then. I think it was season 2, wasn't it? Where it's both, was it the Grassy and Percy's got a 3-second penalty. That's not ideal. And it's a double whammy as well, because not only did he get a penalty, he also went wide. And unfortunately, that's going to cost him time as well. Now, he may have even got a second warning there as well for Percy. Not ideal. 8 laps to go in this race. He still has the tyres, and he did catch up to these two quite quickly. Far from another penalty. Penalty just starting roaming in now. 5 retirements in this race. Here comes Percy. Percy's had enough of staring at the wing of the Haas car, and now he flies past. Free abreast going into turn 1. One incredible manoeuvre there. And Percy takes the lead of the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. What a manoeuvre there from Percy. What a fantastic manoeuvre there from Percy. And wow, he may be the outgoing time champion, but my goodness gracious me, he was, my goodness gracious me, no, he is not going out without a fight, is he? And Ferrari are now winning the Constructors' Championship for the first time in Gold history. Congratulations to Ferrari at the moment then. Indigo currently second there, Toy Coin in third position. They both got the softer tyre on the moment. They both got medium tyres compared to Percy, but I think the Percy's tyres now starting to really kick in to their own then. Talking of kicking into their own then, Knowlesy is also on the medium hard tyres as well, and all over the gearbox of Cam, and I think I want to, let's take a look again, because goodness gracious me then, they're coming over the brow of the hill then. Oh, and Cam, how did he save that? That was an incredible catch there from Cam, goodness gracious me. He must have been a cricketer in his past life. Getting a bit, contacts down there at the Aqua Minerale then. So now cut to the Variante Alta, and now Equals is through, passes Knowlesy then, and now we've got Cam then, who is now going to be looking over his shoulder and seeing a Williams now instead of a AlphaTauri down into the first of the two Ravazzas then. This is getting very hairy indeed. Percy still leads them, but his two rivals then are actually in front of him because, of course, excuse me. Because of course he's got a 3-second penalty. So at the moment, Indigo is winning this race with 6 laps to go. Here comes Equals, passes at Cam, moves himself into 8th position. And now he needs to get away if he can from this battle. But of course, that's easier said than done. He's got a lap to get out of that DRS range. Let's see what Equals can do. He's found 6 tenths of a second already, which is pretty impressive in of its own right. Back here on the other side of the circuit, Percy still leads, but it's only half a second in front of Indigo with Toy Coin in third position. What maneuver there? Potentially, maybe that could have been the move of the season. 3.5 seconds. Remember that gap. That is between Immortal and Toy Coin now. And of course, Immortal, I think it's just been waiting in the wings, and I'm wondering then if he's now going to start to form an attack then. And what about Nathan? Remember, Nathan in 5th position as well. 2 seconds of the drift. Nathan is there. Knowles is but past that Cam then. What an incredible, I've got to say, these two have been having an incredible battle, but unfortunately, whilst they're in battling, there's a McLaren in the background. It's the world champion, Sam Swift Ninja, who is now in the 11th position there. Best has got a 3-second penalty as well. Indigo leads. Indigo does lead, of course, if you go in terms of, if you get rid of the penalty, if you add the penalty for Percy, of course, so it's Indigo, Toy Coin and Percy. That is the gap at the moment. Immortal is not gaining, actually. He's lost a couple of tenths of a second there. And look at Cam, he's out of deployment here. Whoa, Sam Swift has just gone past the both of them there. And very similar to whatever Percy could do, Sam Swift can do just as well. Up into 9th position goes Sam Swift there, passing both the drivers then. Of course, whilst Cam and Knowles have been fighting, Sam Swift is having none of that, then passes both drivers, and next target is Equals. And remember, Cam had no ERS deployment left, did they? Boxstar's got a 3-second penalty. I reckon Sam Swift could actually finish on the podium here. This is going to get very interesting. Then, of course, he's got a lot of life left in these medium tyres. The other drivers on the medium tyres are not coming in the pits now, but they're going to be very old. Then they're going to be very second hand. Then Equals then not letting this 8th position go too easily, but he's got no penalties as Equals there, and he's doing a fine job. But at the moment, though, he is not gaining any position there by lack of penalties. Then there's Toy Coin, and now we got more battle in there, and now the Toy Coin retakes the lead here. I have missed that, shockingly. And now then there's the Ferrari is back, coming back at it now. Then this is an incredible race then for the top 3, with Toy Coin, Percy and Indigo then all fighting then. Sam Swift has got past Equals and moved himself up into 8th position then, the world champion. Well, we've had two incredible overtakes here tonight. Percy getting two for the price of one, a few laps to go, and then Sam Swift doing something very similar as well. Goodness gracious me then. Unfortunately, the overtaking award has already been voted, but otherwise I think that Knowlesy would have added 2 more into the votes, and it would have been these two here. Fantastic. Vessier and Farf fighting for 14th and 15th position there. Farf is on much younger tyres, so unfortunately for Vessier and Farf, they do need a late safety car, which I don't think is going to come now then with lap 28 out of 32. In this one now, Sam Swift, well, actually I did say Sam Swift might be able to get a podium. it's an outside chance. I didn't realise how late it was in the race, and I thought that we still had a couple more laps. I thought we had more than a couple of laps to go. This race has flown by. Now then, Percy at the moment, at this moment in time, Percy needs to break this DRS, and he's not at the moment. Knowlesy has got another penalty there. It's not going too well, is it, for the veteran? Now Percy back into the lead, but Toycoin leads this race. And Toycoin has never won a Grand Prix in ALR Gold before. Remember, in F2, he really tore out the roots, didn't he, in Formula 2? And can he win his first race? And here in such a historic circuit such as Monza, Brooksy's got a 3-second penalty. Down in 12th position now is Brooksy, and he's just in front of him. He can see Knowlesy and Cam having an absolute ding-dong of a battle, an incredible battle indeed there. 3 laps to go then for the top 3. Accelerating away once again. As I mentioned, Toycoin has never won a Grand Prix. Of course, he is in the box seats at the moment, but Indigo, I think, has won 1 Grand Prix, I believe. Indigo has there, and of course, Indigo will love to add double his countenance to one here tonight. So Indigo's not going to let this Grand Prix go. Toycoin is not going to let this Grand Prix go either. It's going to be a fantastic end to this one, isn't it? Very much. It's going to be very interesting indeed then to see how this one plays out then. And DRS will be right on the money again. Immortal has found a second since we last checked him on. The gap is now down to 2.5 seconds. I wonder if Immortal might even cause some issues then for Percy. Percy might not even get on the podium here at this rate. Immortal, that'll be a very strong end there to Immortal's season, because he had a very good start, Immortal did, with a lot of consistency between himself and his teammate Boxstyle. Alpine have really tailed off this season, haven't they? And unfortunately, it's showing again here today. Both Alpine drivers, 4th and 7th at the moment, Knowlesy and Cam, and it's a 5-second penalty for Cam for spinning the pit lane. What a battle that was between Knowlesy and Cam there. Very good stuff indeed then, and also very good stuff that my PlayStation's charging my phone pretty nicely indeed, actually, fantastic. Soft tyres for Cam, so he's going to try and go fastest lap then. Immortal's got a 3-second penalty, so unfortunately his podium dream might be out the window. Maybe in 4th position might be out the window as well, because Nathan's only 3/10 of a second away from Immortal and could pinch that penalty as well. Bess has got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. There's the penalty situations at the moment, and of course, also remember that I don't think driver of the day is being voted today, so I'll do the driver of the day. As yellow flag in sector 1. What happened there? One of the Aston Martins there just having a bit of an issue coming out of the pit lane potentially. So I will do the driver of the day then, and I'll pick it in a minute. Oh my gosh, then. Farf coming out of the pits now then, and that would have been very unnerving there. Immortal's had a terrible lot there. He's lost 2 seconds. That would have been very unnerving there for Indigo as we just watch it. Percy leads. 2nd position there is Sam Swift getting past this former championship rival Boxtel. Boxtel, of course, hasn't got the tools to fight on this occasion, I see. But next season, I do see those two having a great battle as Knowlesy coming in the pits as well. Then, as that Knowlesy's battle with Cam has ended up both coming into the pits as well. Very usual. Whoa! As look, Farf is unlapping himself here. Oh, now this is going to get very interesting. I'm not sure if Indigo is going to be too appreciative of this. Of course, that is within the rules then. If you are quicker, you can unlap yourself, but safely. Farf is a ghost, and so technically he is being safe there, but it's not going to help the drivers, is it? And I don't think that that's not out. As Percy has dropped down to 3rd. What's happened to Percy? And Percy's lost he's just let both drivers go there. Interesting strategy. I'm wondering what's happened to Percy. I think that he now knows with Malta getting a penalty as well. I think that he knows he ain't going to win this race, and he will be a de facto 3rd, and he will also, Ferrari also clinch the Constructors' Championship. Potentially then, and I'm wondering actually if Percy is also trying to not give the DRS then to Toycoin potentially then. On board with Toycoin on the last lap, goodness gracious me, on the last lap now here, and at the moment then, so it is Toycoin, it is Indigo, who is going to get this win then? Can Indigo get a 2nd Grand Prix win of his career, or will it be a 1st Grand Prix win of his career then for Toycoin then? Oh my goodness gracious me, and coming out of Periantella now then. Periantella, goodness gracious me, I think it's more like Nutella, isn't it? Oh, golly gosh. And look in the foreground now, Farfetch trying to go for fast as that. I think think Vester's been lapped as well. Actually, Vester's got a 3-second penalty. Talking to the devil. Now as they come up into the Variante Alta. Cam is set a fast on racing, and of course there's all pressure on now. And look at this, and Indigo is using his battery to deploy here, and it's going to be a run up to the line then. As they're coming to the two Ravaxas now then. Indigo's all over the gearbox. Can he steal this one on the last lap? Look at them both harvested out of the final turn. Indigo's got a 3-second penalty, and that's enough then. And Toy Coin wins the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix, his first win of his career. And what a win it was there for Toy Coin. Absolutely sensational Grand Prix, and what a way to end the season for Toy Coin, because getting his first Grand Prix win is surely going to boost him going into next season as well. But Toy Coin has also clinched 4th in the Drivers' Championship as well. Ferrari are the Constructors' Champions for the first time in ALR Gold history. Fantastic stuff indeed. And my driver of the day, well, actually, who should be driver of the day? Sam Swift at 10 positions, at Mr. Rage up 9 positions there. So potentially Sam Swift, Mr. Rage there, potentially could be driver of the day. Lucas Percy up 5 positions, Indigo up 4, and Toy Coin up 1. Oh, goodness gracious me. Yeah. On the side. But Toy Coin, Grand Prix winner. Fantastic stuff indeed. And yes, first race win. I reckon first race win of many as well. So I think that's our third new Grand Prix winner of the season after Sam Swift, Keza, and now Toy Coin. Now, congratulations to Toy Coin. Absolutely lovely stuff indeed. Punches the air. Winner, chicken dinner there for Toy Coin. Absolutely legendary stuff indeed. Oh, I've only got 8% battery, so this might have to be a Swift. Pun intended. Pun intended then. Oh, I might also have to have a lie down after that. What an incredible race that was. Let's just go through the final classifications then for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix, and of course that is it then, isn't it? After tonight then for gold. Then of course before we come on to F1 2024. Goodness gracious me. Oh yeah, it did rain, didn't it? Beginning there. Toy Coin, his first Grand Prix win of his career. Congratulations to Toy Coin, well deserved. Indigo finished second today, and that's a great end of the season result there for him and Haas. Lucas Percy clinched the Ferrari Constructors Championship today. Congratulations there to Ferrari, their first Constructors Champions in the top tier. Nathan, a great end of season there for Nathan and for AlphaTauri as well. Good end result then with Immortal doing a great job in 5th position there, but I think it'd be disappointed starting on pole to finish 5th. Legends in a great 6th position. Sam Swift recovered from 17th to 7th. Boxtal in 8th position. 9th position is Equals. Mr. Rage is in 10th position. Outside the points is Brooksley with Cam 12th, Knowlesy 13th, 14th Farf, and Fester in 15th. Cam got fastest up. Retirements was Gamer Keza, Gurman, and Troy and Brabant. Oof. Percy, let's come to you first because you have clinched the Constructors' Championship. Well, you and Troy has clinched the Constructors' Championship there. I know you want the Drivers' Championship, but this is surely the next best thing.
Yeah, Constructors is pretty pleasing, to be honest. What turned out to be disappointing season from my side has actually turned out to be a good season in the end, getting the Constructors with Troy. Obviously, coming into the season when we were both drawn in Ferrari, people were thinking, oh, there's going to be a lot of controversy. Is it going to be like a Hamilton and Rosberg? Is it going to be like a Vettel and Leclerc in 2019? But to be fair, we both played the team game. We raced fair. A couple of races we gave the slipstream to each other. That definitely benefited one or two of us. And yeah, it's been a great season. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Looking forward to next season. Hoping that could maybe get the Ferrari again. Maybe even be teammates with Troy again. But we never know. But yeah, on the season as a whole, it's been pretty enjoyable. Obviously, the start of the season, like I've said multiple occasions, not obviously racing properly. Well, racing properly, but without the line kind of put an end to my championship hopes in those first 7 races. But then as soon as I put that line back on, I really put my focus back on the championship. Ultimately, not ending with the championship after what happened last week in Brazil, but you know, Sam thoroughly deserved it, and I'm more than happy with the P2.
And at the beginning of the season, it was we did say that it'd be yours and Troy's constructors championship to lose if you got along, and you did get along, which I was quite disappointed by. I was going to love a little bit of drama, but how difficult is it to like go up with those expectations there? Because it's just as hard, isn't it, when you're expected to win?
Yeah, it was pretty difficult to be honest, especially in the first, like I said, 7 or 8 races. I think both of us were struggling. Couldn't quite get a fine-tuned setup in the car, and then ultimately after those 7 races, I think we both just realised let's just play it simple now, and yeah, we managed to pick it up. Obviously, Alpine were quite far ahead of us at one stage, and then obviously they went through a tricky period with Immortal obviously not scoring as many points as he did like he did at the start. So we just capitalised on their mistakes, managed to get back up to P1 in the championship, and I think we stayed there ever since. So yeah, pleased with the championship, pleased for my season overall, pleased for Troy's season overall. Obviously, he's not had the greatest of luck this season, but obviously he did get that win in Qatar, which is good to show that we both had the pace and we both did get a win. So yeah, looking forward to next season now.
With that win in Qatar, you potentially would have been 7 points better off if Troy let you through. Do you hold a grudge against Troy for that, or is that just racing?
At the end of the day, it's just racing. I mean, if it was real life Formula One, then maybe you hold a grudge against your teammate for doing that when you are in the championship. But when it is just a game, I mean, I know this is like real. Well, it's not like real life, but the competition in this league it makes it feel like it's real life because you're having to push flat out every lap. But when it's just a game, I mean, I wasn't too fussed. Obviously, Troy wanted to win. I wanted to win as well. I thought it would have been good for the championship, but at the end of the day, I mean, I don't think I had a chance to win the championship anyway. Obviously, all Sam had to do was just, I think, beat me in 2 of the 3 remaining races, which he did. So, yeah, ultimately, Troy deserved that win in Qatar. I've settled for the P2 and I've not held a grudge against him.
And going forward into next season, and you mentioned about at the beginning of the season where you was experimenting with different settings and everything like that. Going into next season, are you going to be doing more experimentation, or is it going to be straight for the championship, trying to reclaim your crown?
I think the pressure I put myself on, or the pressure I put myself under, sorry, on those final 10 or so races, um, really like just finished me, burnt me out. So I think next season, just from the off, I'm just going to go in there, experiment with the game, see what kind of settings I can use. Obviously, if I'm not in the front pack, then I'm not too fussed. I just want to come here and have some fun. And in the race today was one of my best races, I think. Having to catch up to that 3 seconds that Troy and Indigo were ahead of me was a proper workout, and they both of them drove amazing races, so fair play to them. But yeah, next season I'm just gonna sit back, let everyone else have their fun at the front, and then maybe in season 12 or season 11, whatever season it is in the second season on a new game, then I'll really push and show my true pace.
I cannot wait. Well done this season, Percy. I know you came a bit short in the championship, but still, overall, I think that was a quality season as well. And I think you got the most driver of the days as well. So a popular gentleman indeed. Well done today, Percy. Brilliant stuff. Indigo, the last couple of Grand Prix, you've been on a pretty rich run of form. Since the DNF in Australia, you've scored in every single race, and you've also had 2 podiums, well, now 3 podiums as well, with a good result today. But where do you think that you came up a bit short today with the Grand Prix win? Do you think you should have held back 1 or 2 laps, or how would you describe this race today? Where did you lose it, do you reckon?
This race, firstly, I want to say congratulations to Toyko because that was a mega fight. I enjoyed that for the whole race. It was very intense and we kept it clean with no contact. So, Hudran for Toyko in there. I'm really impressed with the driver he's done. He deserves the victory as well. I don't know if it's his first win of the season, but if it is, that's well deserved. I'm really happy for him as well. So, he's really quick and I hope he catches up in the championship because he's really got the pace to get these guys. But yeah, I'm really happy about this race. It wasn't too bad. It was a struggle because in the practice sessions I was really struggling. I kept cursing the track. I kept saying how much I hated it and I couldn't get a lap in. I couldn't do anything around this track, and all of a sudden I'm up there in P2 and it's like, it's a surprise for me. And it is a shame to lose out in the win, but at the same time I want to end the season on a high by not making any mistakes or doing something silly. But I tried to play it out when Percy came at us because the gap was like 3 seconds after the pit stops, and when he reduced that to our DRS, I tried to keep Percy in front of me and Toycon behind me, use them as a DRS train, essentially. But at the same time, the straight is really long, so it's really easy to try. It's easy to get the back of somebody, easy to overtake them, and that's where it caught me out because Toycon was right behind me in the final corner. I had to use the battery and catch up towards Percy. Then I think we both overtook Percy, or I stayed behind him. I'm not quite sure, but Toycon got ahead of Percy and I stayed behind him. Oh yeah, we made it 3 wide into turn 2 and I thought that's not going to be wise, so I backed out of it. And Toycon got ahead of Percy, and ever since then it was those two that was battling out for first and second. And Percy stepped aside on the final corner before the final lap, and to allow us to battle because we didn't have penalties, which I respect thoroughly because he doesn't have to do it all. He doesn't need to do it all. I think he just wants to do it, just give us two the battle towards the end. But Toycon ultimately just beat me on the battery and he had better pace today. So yeah, it was a really enjoyable race. And like you said, after Australia, where things went downhill, I really turned things around, which I needed to do since the beginning of the season because the pace has been there, but at the same time, consistency, luck, and errors haven't been on my side. So yeah, I really need to fix up my racecraft, which I have done in the last few races as well. Brazil, I could have added another podium, but at the same time, I wasn't paying attention because I was cutting corners and wasn't really paying attention to Brazil, which I should have been. But yeah, that was another missed out podiums or win. But yeah, I'm really happy about the end of the result here in Imola because I wasn't expecting much.
And I was going to say, I think you're the third highest driver that has scored since that Australian Grand Prix as well. There's been pretty impressive form. As you look back at the season, and of course it was a pretty rough start of the season, which, if I remember rightly, was you hoping to be like gunning for the top 3 this season or the top 5? I can't remember to be honest. But how do you rate the season overall? Are you disappointed by it, or how are you feeling?
I'm not too. I should be disappointed, but because of this race, the end of the race, I'm feeling happy. So mixed emotions, but at the same time, there's more to be shown this season because I came off a high on season 9, getting my first podium in Austria in season 9, getting a few podiums after that, then getting that win in USA. Then I became a driver that was in contention for a championship. Then coming into season 10, I had a decent first race. I finished on the podium, but unfortunately, Keza got his penalty removed, so I got demoted down to P4. But ever since then, Austria, where I qualified quite high, I can name all the races this season where it's gone wrong. Austria, for example, when I spun behind Boxtel because I outburnt myself and locked the rear of the car in the wet to try to avoid him. So that was a race went down the drain. Spain, I missed out due to injury, and Hungary, I came back. I went out too early on a drying track, and therefore did not get the best track conditions. So I got knocked out in Q2, and I did a 2-stop strategy, anticipated a safety car, but the 1-stop was the better. No safety car came out then. Belgium, I got a qualifying ban because I thought the incident wasn't severe, so I thought I'd get away with it, and also didn't realise how bad the incident was. But yeah, I didn't provide footage, and therefore Belgium, I was on the back foot already, where I started in last place. Didn't really do much there in Belgium. Then came the Dutch GP, where I could have been in 4th or on the podium, but I stayed out on dry tyre. I stayed on older tyres, and therefore the guys behind me caught up to me and overtook me and demoted me off the podium. Monza, where Immortal teleported backwards into me. Not his fault, it's just lag, and broke my wing, so therefore my race was over. Bahrain, I'll to start a podium because Toycon just beat me, so it was a decent race in Bahrain. Saudi Arabia, things went wrong there as well when I had good pace. And yeah, this whole season as well, it's just like up and down. So I'm looking back at the results and races thinking there's so many missed opportunities around this in these races that we've had, and thinking to myself, why do I keep making this mistake for? Am I putting myself under too much pressure? Have I got too much expectations? After Australia, I just came into the races thinking no expectations, just chill and have fun, which I've exactly what I've done. So yeah, it's been a topsy-turvy situation in this season, and hopefully I could come back stronger next season. On the 24 games, so I'm not quite sure how my pace will be because, like Percy, I have to turn off line as well. So I could be slower, I could be faster, but we'll see what happens.
Very good stuff, and you made my job so much easier, which is fantastic because I am very tired. Well done,
Yeah,
Indigo, today. Brilliant job indeed, with a second position. And of course, yeah, Indigo's form going into next season is going to get very interesting indeed. And congratulations to Toy Coin as well, winning the final race of the season there. Third new race winner of the season as well. Fantastic. That is it from Gold for season 10. What a season it's been. It's been Sam Swift Ninja, who is the 8th world champion champion of ALR. Ferrari have clinched the Constructors' Championship in their backyard. Congratulations. Tomorrow night, it is a showdown for the Silver Championship between Madge and Dilando. 14 points separates the two drivers then. Who's going to be world champion? The Haas team are almost home and dry then for the Constructors' Championship over McLaren. McLaren needs a miracle. And then, of course, on Tuesday, it is Brooksy against Jay Hing. 16 points separates the two drivers in that one as well. I cannot wait. We're going to have two champions there. We're going to have two champions being crowned in the next 2 days. But who will they be? You'll have to find out.
I want to say something, Sean, before you end the stream. I want to say a massive congratulations, massive thank you, for streaming every race this season. We've all enjoyed your commentary, the energy, the passion you put into it. So thank you for taking up your time with the graphics as well with OBS. You've really done a fantastic job this season, as always. Thank you very much for commentary. I think I could speak on behalf of everybody on this.
Thank you very much, Indigo. I really appreciate that. But to once I just left F1, but I can't take the credit on the graphics, so that's all Alex. I'm rubbish with that. But no, I really appreciate that, Indigo. I absolutely love it. And yeah, we need to do a collab soon, don't we? Is that what the cool kids call it? Collab? I don't know. We might have to do that one time next season.
Yeah, commentate sometime. I'd really love to do that with you.
That'll be awesome stuff. Thank you very much, Indigo. I really appreciate those kind words as well. And thank you very much to Nosy as well. I'm going to bed now. Happy end of season, Gold. Fantastic stuff. Nosy's going to take you through Silver tomorrow. I cannot wait. I'm buzzing for Silver. It's going to be brilliant. Goodbye, though.